And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing FortressCraft Evolved, the Frozen Factory. On the road, at least, trying to get there. It's not a slow process. Today, I would like a little bit more power, especially to this area over here. We are consuming vast amounts of power, and before I research the metal alloys, which is the next one, I actually have the intermediate and the basics done. I just need to craft the nickel ones, and so I've been running back and forth, grabbing grabbing the ores and smelting them as I get them, and trying to craft it. While I was doing that, I actually managed to get some more of these pristine glands, and so we are going to see if we can build the coal enricher, and let's see what it takes to build that. Okay, so we need some organic rock macerator, 4 macerators, and no, just one. Okay, so charge PCB. We need to charge a PCB, and to do that we need lithium. So I'm gonna go ahead and put 10 in there. We've got lots and lots of lithium. I've just been collecting it over here. We're just about out. That vein down there is pretty close to being completely drained, and so that is an issue. I'm going to put the coal enricher right here in this spot. It uses a very, very tiny amount of power, so you don't really need to worry too much about it. And on that front, let's see how our charged PCBs are doing. As long as there's no lithium plates in here, this thing will leave them alone, so we don't have to worry about that too much. Let's see what it takes to build a macerator. I think I have to unlock that. Let's go down here, and there it is. Let's unlock that. And we have lightweight machine housing. I've got the tin plates for that. Iron gears, I've got the iron for that. Servo motors is not a problem. However, the copper wires are. So let's spit out just like 10 copper wires. That sounds like a good idea. I have a few extra laying around while I wait. This just takes one. And let's see, the coal enricher does not take any, so we just need one of these, and from there we need 15 gears, and how many servo motors? We just need one servo motor, and let's see, we have everything except the copper wire. We should have some ready to go over here. So let's go ahead and build our macerator, and then try to get the coal enricher up. We need one more charged PCB. Got the rest of them in there. I have some organic rock left. Not a whole lot. I've got some. So I don't want to get too crazy with the organic rock. But now we've got our coal enricher. So we're going to go ahead and place that right there. And I'm going to feed it coal, and this thing should go ahead and process the coal, spit out the enriched coal, and that will go into the line now to where it's needed. And as soon as we kickstart this process, which we're going to do that now, we need to, for metal alloys, we need this right here. We need 25 XL, which is 50 in here, and then 150 in there. So that's why I was running up and down trying to grab the nickel just so I had enough. But now that we have some enriched coal, and it's feeding this system here, and let's go ahead and have you actually work at what you're doing. Some of these still have a little bit of coal in them, but I'm hoping to Why aren't you putting them over here? This is really bizarre. It's facing it. It should update. There we go. It just takes a couple seconds for it to actually detect that there's something to grab. And then it doesn't really put it on the belt very well. If there's stuff right in a row, it works really well. Come on. There you go. So these ones will have a little bit of enriched coal in them, but we don't really mind that too much. Have a little bit more in the system. So this, I'm really wanting this to build up a little bit, just so there's some in the backlog. I'd love to have some more pristine glands so we can make even more, but for now, let's wait for that to actually finish. Down here, I've got this little area ready to go. I've got a miner on this huge coal vein right here, which feeds into this hopper. This hopper can feed this generator, which powers this battery, which powers... So this is a nice closed system. I don't have to worry about beaming power down here. And granted, I did put the big drill motor in there, but the power per second, it's not going to really come close to tapping the full potential of that PTG, but we don't really mind that too much. I want to bring the coal that this thing generates and spit it out over here. Oh yeah, and I'm out of conveyors. Let's go ahead and feed it a little power. It should have enough power. Let's feed it a little bit more. Make sure it has enough power for at least one cycle, and go up and build some conveyors, because one of the things I want to build is a system for delivering power down there that doesn't rely on like our CPH. We're really tapping that CPH every time we get attacked. So many lasers are being powered off that CPH that we usually lose the attack because of it. So I want to build a system that will deliver some power to our area without too much interference. And to do that, let's go ahead and build a couple blue lasers. I want to send a good amount of power down, and I might have a different use for the power before I send it down. So let's go ahead and right in the middle here, I'm going to put a laser transmitter and then a battery on top of it, and then four generators around. And then we're going to need some logistics hoppers and a bunch of conveyors. So let's build a couple more logistics hoppers and just a mass of conveyors. This is where that copper and tin surplus really helps, is getting those conveyors going. Let's go. I'm going to go over here and just gather. Oh, we're out of bars over here, so I've smelted all my T2 stuff. I could go down. I did add some hoppers to all the ores down there, so they actually can pull 300 at a time, nickel and titanium at least. And now you can see this PTG is starting to rev up and deliver power. This will soon be maxed, and it will be all good from there. One of the reasons I like having my conveyors embedded in the ground is so when I run over them, and I'm not constantly going up and down, and it just kind of is a little bit cleaner, I guess. That's why I do it. Let's put this one on the far side, this one on the close side. So we need one there and one there. Now, in order to deliver material into these, There are a lot of ways you can do it. Sometimes you go into the top. It all depends on how you build it. Some people use induction chargers for this, but I don't really have the ability to craft those yet. I'm really going to need to build that up. So for now, I think I'm just going to use basic conveyors and turntables to deliver all the material that we need. So we got enough conveyor belts. Let's build a couple turntables just to have some available to us. So this is going to come out right here, and this should be solid ground. And we're gonna, oh, there's a little spot that's not. Use some of our snow. All right, so this is the first area that we're gonna want material to come into, and of course this is pretty much needing to be filled in. I like having a little solid ground around me, just so when I dig down and embed something like this, that I don't just fall through the ground. Much snow. See, I got lots of snow on me. This is a good use to use up all this snow. This also keeps slimes from really becoming an issue and building up down here. So I want to just finish these off as best as I can with the materials I have. And let's see, I'm going to use the Z key to zoom in and just try to build as much of this as I can. Make sure I don't replace, I don't want to replace all of my wooden planks, and then I got to find a way to get out of here. I will probably eventually fill all of this in, but for now we're going to keep it like this. So the first turntable is going to go here. This is going to come across and up. So this one will go across this way, this one will go up this way, and in, and up, and in, just like that. And then our other turntable will go here, because this is tileable. You can put 2 PTGs on this, and then another laser right here with a battery on top, 2 more PTGs, and another logistics hopper. So you can just keep cascading diagonally down and add more and more and more as you need them. For now, though, Spider Bro is just always checking out what I'm doing. So let's build this out. This really isn't going to do much other than just move stuff this way. So that's fine. I'm not too worried about that. Just like that. And so now we have this power being generated. This is 40 power per second. I could put a enriched coal seam here, except this right here only can transfer 40 power per second. So these 4 generators produce exactly the amount of power that I need. Just make sure that you put a Mark II battery on here. Mark I just isn't sufficient. It's only got 200 capacity, so it kind of is tough to keep that thing charged and going. So let's go up here, check out our enriched coal, and see if we've maximized the line. We've got a lot of enriched coal. It looks like it's sort of disappeared from this line. I think this is all full. Yeah, this is all transporting enriched coal, except it's not actually showing on the belt. Now, since we've got some enriched coal, I'm thinking we want to maybe store some of that. So we want a sort of a buffer, if you will, and have a little bit of it on hand. So now these things, the green smoke tells you that it's burning enriched coal, and it actually shows you that it's 19 power per second now. So now with enriched coal down here, we just doubled the the amount of power we're able to feed this thing without actually changing any of our infrastructure. So now that we've got the system set up, we've got some enriched coal going in. As soon as I kickstart this, it's actually going to draw the amount of coal out of here of the number of PTGs. So we've got to be careful with, how much backlog we have, because it will pull, that is 4, 8, 12. It's going to pull 16 coal out of the system while it's burning. And it's because of the nature of it, it will actually pull 16 coal all at once every time, because these will run out of power at exactly the same time. So it's wise to have a little bit of buffer in here. And so with that, I think we could kickstart metal alloys, which will give us the ability to start really progressing quickly. So we're going to start that project, and it will start burning all of this stuff, and the coal will suddenly start disappearing. And as soon as these things start burning enriched coal, these lasers then become not enough power transmission to cover everything. These need to be upgraded to blues, at least one in every corner. So you can take all 4 of these away, and I don't have any nickel. So I don't have any nickel at all. So that's a little savings if you have the lasers. But for now, I just have 1 extra blue that I can throw down here, and we'll just replace those just to keep it running, and to keep power getting pushed in here. It's still not enough power, but again, it's twice as much power as we were putting in before. And you can see these things. This is now burning enriched coal because it's a green smoke. Now they're all burning enriched coal. So now we're really able to push quite a lot of power into it, which just makes us research that much faster. And this is all done, so that is good. So yeah, now that this is getting so much power, it was able to process all of those things much, much faster. Because now it's 20, 40, 60, 80 power per second versus the 40, which is just better. It's more power, it's better. So this emptied out its buffer, and it's able to sort of keep up. I might have to throw a little bit of coal in there to keep everything running. I'll monitor it and keep an eye on. And if I do get another gland, and I think I need to start putting these on my hot bar here, because these are going to be used in quite a few things. I'm going to have to process these later, but we need more of these pristine glands, and I would really like to set up a system for a spiderbot as well as a slime trap. So down here, I've been sort of digging around, figuring out a good way of doing it. I thought about going over here, but this is where that hive is. If we load up our hollow base, you can see there's the hive right there. So this will have to be a hive farm, and it's already grown a bit. That accidental Minoc that was feeding kind of made it grow a little bit. But yeah, I want a spiderbot base and a slime trap somewhere. And since we're going to be pulling lithium out from over here, I thought maybe a good place for spiderbot would be under this mountain right here. So we got to clear out some space in order to make that happen. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to get this powered up, because we're going to want to set up some excavation of the land, and I will work on we're going to need this excavator that's in here, and I know what this unknown material is. It's advanced machine blocks, and we are not quite at a place where we can make those yet. We need metal alloys before we can actually make those. So that will have to do it for this episode. So I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.